Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to work with image planes and use them to model objects in Maya. Alright? Now, you might be wondering, what are image planes? Image planes are actually images such as blueprints that we import into Maya for modeling objects exactly as given in the blueprints. We generally have a top view, front view, and a side view of a 3D object in the blueprint. But sometimes we also have a separate left and right view and a bottom view as well when there are details present on every side of the object. Alright? So, as soon as you have downloaded the blueprints of an object from the internet or you have created one on your own, you can copy them to the source images folder of your project, so that everything stays inside one project folder. And then you have to import them one by one for each of the orthographic views in Maya. Let me first switch to the foreview. Here, under the View menu of Top View, go to Image Plane and click on Import Image. This will open up the Explorer, where you can select the image containing the top view of an object and click on Open. This will import the image and place it on ZX plane, which is our top view. The same thing has to be done for the front view as well. Go to View menu, then Image Plane and click on Import Image. Select the front view image and click on Open. Then go to View menu for the side view, then Image Plane and click on Import Image. Select the image, click on Open. Now, we can switch to the perspective view and rename these image planes to Image Plane Top, Image Plane Front, and Image Plane Side. Then move this side view to -20 in X direction, front view to -20 in Z direction, and top view to -20 in Y direction. We need this space so that we can create the model here. These image planes should not be on the grid in between of our object, so I moved them all away from this space. Now, all we have to do is select this image plane and click and drag on this Translate XYZ attributes to select them all. Right click on it and hold, and select this Lock Selected option. This will lock the image plane to prevent us from accidentally moving it while we try to move the components of our object. Alright? We can do this for all of the image planes within our scene. Now, I am going to model the ice cream using these reference lines on the image planes. First, let me create a cube. Then, change its X and Z value to 0 to move it to the center of the grid. Then go to Vertex mode and switch to the front view. And then I'm going to select and move and scale these vertices in pairs to reposition them over these reference lines of ice cream. I'm going to bring these vertices down to align with this bottom line, and move these vertices up to align with this topmost line here. Then select all of the vertices and scale them in x-axis to align with these side lines of the ice cream. You need to constantly dolly in and out to position the vertices precisely over these reference lines. Now, I'm going to switch to the side view and scale up these vertices in z-axis to align with these side lines here. If I switch to the top view, you will see that all the edges or vertices are already aligned with these reference lines. Now, let me switch back to the perspective view and switch to the object mode. Then go to Modify menu and click on Center Pivot to move the pivot to its geometric center. Then press Ctrl+D to duplicate this bar, and then move it little out of the original bar so that they do not overlap while selecting the vertices. Go to Vertex mode and switch to front view. Scale it down in x-axis. And then switch to object mode and set its translate x value to 0. This will bring it to the exact center. Now, switch back to the vertex mode and scale it down even further to align with these reference lines. Select the top ones and move them to here. And select the bottom ones and bring them to here. Now, switch to the side view and select all of these vertices and scale them down to align with the reference lines of the stick. Alright, I can now switch to the perspective view. And then switch to the object mode and go to modify menu and click on center pivot to bring its pivot to center. Now, what I am going to do is use the insert edge loop tool to insert few edge loops and then position the vertices to align with these reference lines. And I am going to show you all of this in little time lapse in order to save some time. Alright, so let us begin. I am using multiple edge loops to equally divide the surface so that I can add more subtle variations along the perimeter. And moving the vertices in pairs to keep both the left and right sides equal. I need to do the same thing within all of the orthographic views. Add edge loops wherever required and reposition the vertices in pairs to align with the reference lines. Once all the vertices have been aligned in all of the three orthographic views, I can switch back to the object mode and select them and press number 3 to see the objects in smooth preview. As you can see that the objects are becoming too much curved along these sections. So I am going to add multiple edge loops to hold the surface and prevent it from becoming too much curved in those areas. I am using the scale tool to straighten the edge loops and using the move tool to reposition them as required. This will create nice and gentle smooth corners. Alright. Now if I select them and press number 3, you will see a quite acceptable model of an ice cream, exactly like in these blueprints. Once I am satisfied with the result, I can save the project file. Alright. So, this is how we can work with image planes and use them to model objects in Maya. See you in the next video.